Assalamualaikum. My name is Wan Azmira Farhana from AP 1156A. Today I will share my idea for mixed development at proposed land, which is located in Meru Raya Ipoh. To begin with, the exact location and condition of my proposed land is as shown in the picture below. As mentioned earlier, the land is located specifically at Persiaran Meru Raya 3 with an area of 4.449 hectares. In addition, the land is located beside the Badminton Academy and is in developed township. It is a freehold land, and according to my research, the current zoning for this land is commercial use, so it is suitable for mixed development. I am proposing to develop a service apartment on this land based on my studies and researches that will be explained next. Considering the location of the land that is located in a developed township, there sure is many facilities and amenities around for people. I chose 5 famous facilities in Meru Raya, such as Bulatan Sultan Azlan Shah, Maidan Mall, Casuarina Hotel, McDonald and Aman Jaya bus station. For your information, the famous roundabout or public park is known as Bulatan Aman Jaya before its name changed recently. All the facilities that been mentioned is only within 5-kilometer radius. Having these great facilities will give an advantages to the proposed development to grow, and the residents will not facing any difficulties. The land is also located near the road, so it will become accessible for everyone and the residents. Next, I will focusing on the market analysis of the commercial performance in Perak and service apartment data. As you can see on your left, the data of the commercial performance in Perak shows increasing commercial transactions in 2018 compared to 2017, and the transactions keep rising to 5.4% in 2019. For your information, Perak recorded 140.83 million ringgit of transactions, which is the highest in 2018. Comparison of transactions between regions is also being considered, where Korean shows the highest improvement compared to other regions. Korean has the highest number of transactions, valued 4.33 million ringgit in Q1 2020. Focusing to proposed area, Bandar Meru Raya, which is located in Kinta district. The data shows Kinta had 10 commercial transactions valued 10.66 million ringgit, pricey than Korean in Q1 2020. While on your right shows the service apartment studies in comparison of districts. As you know, Perak is a state that does not have a high population density compared to Selangor, so the total construction of mixed buildings is less compared to other states. This statement can be proved through the table below. As you can see, Kinta is the only district in Perak that have records for service apartment transactions. The table shows Kinta recorded the highest transaction at Q4 2020 with 7 transactions. To be more specific, the state has released the total number of service apartment in Perak, which is only 682 stocks. For your information, the state has 700 incoming supply of service apartment in the future. Next is demand analysis. I read an article said by the developer that a demand for real estate in Ipoh keep increasing, especially for service apartment. In my opinion, service apartment brings a different lifestyle compared to landed property. Many young generation supports and promote service apartment based on the services and facilities offered, where it is more beneficial than landed property. There are 3 points I would like to highlight, and the first is concept of new way of life. In my opinion, service apartment is a very suitable property for those who prefer to live in a strata building. Strata buildings will normally be equipped with various common facilities and closer to public facilities outside the area. In addition, strata buildings or service apartment also can be used for business purposes. The residents or any investors can use it for short or long-term businesses. Any people can choose to stay at this apartment during a short vacation, or the owner can rent out the unit for a long-term benefit. Airbnb rental is the nearest example that can be used. And lastly is safety and comfort. By owning the whole unit to ours, we can have the room for ourselves and the privacy will not be interrupted by anyone. The residents also being protected from outsiders while staying at gated community. In my opinion, crime cases rarely occurs at apartments since it is guarded and gated, so it will guarantee the safety of the residents. And then, here is my proposed development of 17-story service apartment. The function of service apartment is the same as hotel, but is less expensive. It also includes all home furnishings, housekeeping services, room services and others. I would like to suggest the business area to be built below the apartment. In the business area, there will be shopping malls, retail outlets, offices and restaurants. By doing this, the residents can enjoy the benefit in this area. It is in the guideline for service apartment to provide common facilities such as praying area, pool, parking lot and others. For your information, I have an idea to propose underground parking lots to avoid unnecessary noises to the residents. Maintenance fee need to be paid to the residents to enjoy the facilities provided. We move to our target market. In this development, I am targeting two groups, which are the investors and small family or couple. In my opinion, based on my studies, a service apartment is a great deal for an investor to invest, since most of this property is located near or in developed township. As example, the Majestic Imperial Tower in Ipoh. This apartment has been popular on Airbnb rental app, where the owner will rent out the unit with a cheap price. This will benefit the investor in long term. Other than that, the investor can also get a short-term benefit when he decides to sell the unit. The second target is small family or couple. People nowadays prefer to stay in an apartment to avoid their privacy being interrupted. Furthermore, if they stay in an apartment, they do not have to pay more compared to landed property. This purchase is suitable for family that requires less expenses. It is necessary to have a development concept before start developing the apartment. As for this service apartment, I will implement a contemporary modern concept, a minimalist design for internal and external to avoid uncomfortable view and use to the occupants. Other than that, this apartment design will be made accessible for kids, elderly and disabled. Last but not least, a decoration and open spaces is needed for the occupants as to provide them a comfort environment while staying or working there. We move to our last slide. For evaluation, I am using a residual value method, which is why I can obtain the gross development value, development cost and residual value as stated there. In the calculation, all the prices used is from the real case study provided by my supervisor from Majlis Bandaraya Ipoh. The return on investment and return on cost also comes out positively. As a conclusion, based on my studies, a service apartment can be built at this area and brings many benefits.